Welcome to Bexley Test 2 Exam Papers Plus. This is the Maths section. I'm talking in front of my mic. First step, you need to turn me all the way up. The volume should be very clear, but I might sound a bit quiet. Turn me up. Now, question 6. The clock on the left shows the time a plane took off from London. The clock on the right shows it landed in Cairo, that is the capital of Egypt. Both clocks show the local time at that location. So let's quickly work it out now. How do we tell the time? Well, first bit, we need to look at the shorthand. And can you see that shorthand is in between 8 and 9? So that means it is 8 something. Look at the longhand, it is pointing at 7. And how do we tell the time? We do 7 times 5 equals 35. That is the time. Now look at this bit. We are landing in Cairo. Well, what is it in between? It's just about in between 4 and 5 in the afternoon. So 4 o'clock, what is that? 16 in the afternoon, because 4 plus 12 equals 16. Look at this bit. The longhand is, what's in between 1 and 2? So yeah, 5 past 10, 10. It's 10 past. Well, here, look, it's pointing at 8, so it's 16:08. And now, look, if Cairo's 2 hours ahead of London, how long is the flight? Well, let's just ignore that bit, because that actually sounds a bit complex. Just work out, how do we go from this to that? How do we get there? Well, with time questions, we need to add. 8 plus what equals 16? So that will be 8 hours, write it. And then, how we go from 35 minutes to 8 minutes, we minus 27 minutes. So what is William saying? Well, overall, that's a nice way to do time questions. You add 8 hours and then you go back 27 minutes. Now what is that? 7 hours 33 minutes. Okay, so that's really normal. Imagine you were going from London to Manchester. Well, you're still in the same country, so that would be 7 hours 33, but can you see this is 2 hours ahead? Which means they've actually gone forward 2 hours, which means you need to make that time back. How do you make that time back? Because you're in a different country, you need to go back 2 hours, minus 2 hours. And we know 7 hours 33 minus 2 hours is equal to 5 hours 33, and that is option A. Good. Question 7, 0.0210 and then all that. Put these numbers in order from largest to smallest. Okay, let's just quickly find the largest. Hey, you can even find the smallest. But does that help? No, look at the n numbers. Most of them are the same. That would be a waste of time. So maybe they're being a bit nice. They want you to go for the largest anyway, the first one. Now looking at all these numbers, can you see they all have how many decimal places? 4 decimal places. So we can treat this. If I say this number as 210, this is 2,105, this is 2,210, 2,220 and 2,122. Why is William saying it like this? Because they're all 4 decimal places. Now looking at all of these, which is the biggest? Well, just find the biggest digits, that one. That is your biggest, so it's got to start with that. So that is not right. So how nice, we've reduced the choices to A, C and E. Now the next biggest. Well, let's look at this column. We know they are out. Can you see which is the next biggest? Dun dun dun. Well, we actually look at those two and the next biggest should be, well, which is bigger? Have a look. Is it 2,210 or 2,122? Is that one. So cross it off. It's like we don't even need to look at these options because all the numbers are here. So it's either between A or E. They're the same now. Okay, next bit. 2122 or 2105. Which is the next biggest? Because we're going from biggest to smallest. It'll be that one. So A is the answer. Don't even waste time with the rest. We stop. That is the skill with these questions. We need to do them quickly. That is the skill. We stop here. Next. Question 8. The pie chart shows how 250 students voted when asked to pick their favourite pastime. The angle of chess is 72 degrees. Okay, now we keep reading. 10 times fewer played hockey than chess. So because of that, we need to work that out. 72 divided by 10 is 7.2. Even if you're not sure, you divide or times Well, look at the angle. It's just smaller. It is smaller. Next, 62% picked football gaming. That's the cool thing. That bit is worth 62%. It's not the degrees, it's the percent. Let's write it nearby. And the same number of students pick swimming as gaming. They're being nice there. If we look at the dark grey section and the really dark grey, they are the same. So I'm just going to put one blue angle there. How many students picked painting? Okay, let's work it out. What's the best way to do this? 62%. Should I do it in degrees? That could be. Or we do it in percent. Yeah, let's do it in percent. I think that's nicer. Okay, 62% so far. Well, this bit, chess. What percent is chess? Now, with these pie chart questions, we must think. It's 72 out of what? It's the total number in a pie chart, which is 360. So now we simplify that. Can you see they're both in the 9 times table? They're actually both in a bigger times table, but you might not be able to see it. It's okay. So you need to put 8 over what? I'm dividing the top by 9, so I need to divide the bottom by 9 as well. 360 divided 9 is equal to 40. There. You might be thinking, well, so what, William? Now, how we get to a percent? Well, a over 40, we're not done yet. We need to keep simplifying. That means making both top and bottom smaller. They're both in the 8 times table, so this becomes 1 over 5. And what percent is that? Well, percent means out of 100. Write it with me. 1 over 5 is equal to what? Over 100, that would be? That would be 20. Look at the bottom, times 20. So really, all we're saying is this red bit is worth 20%. That's much better, because if we look at hockey, look at this line, 10 times fewer. And what's 10 times fewer than 20%? That is 20 divided 10, which is 2%. Okay, well, we're really close to the blue angle. Look at the numbers so far. That's what we care about. 62% plus 20% plus 2%. 62 plus 22 is equal to 84%. And now we got the blue bit here. It's the rest. Now, how do we work out the rest? Now, we know everything is 100%. We've got 84% so far, so now we take away. We want the rest. 100% minus 84% is 16%. Fine, but look at the blue sections. There are 2 of them. They're telling us 2 sections equal 16%, so 1 section is equal to 8%. Okay, we're almost done. Yeah, fair enough. Now look at the top bit. They're telling us there are 250 students. Okay, well, so what? We just care about one of the blue sections because it's asking for painting, and we know painting and swimming are the same. So let's work out 8% of what? Of our first number. It's always comparing one number with another. We're done. 8% of 250. Now, if you're one of my students, I've told you how we work out percent. If you're not sure what to do, you work out 10%. Put it. That will be 25. Okay, 1% is what? Well, you divide by 10 again, 2.5. Then 8%. How do you get that? Well, how do you get that? You need to times by 8. And then we got it. Look at this bit. 2.5 times 8 will be 20. Done. So 20 should be painting, and that option is there just about. It is option D. Good stuff. Here. Circle, tick. That's one of the longest questions I've seen in this maths type of paper. Next. Last question, that's it. Okay, Tony buys 8 identical bags of sweets for a total of £3.68. Straight away, you must react. 8 bags for £3.68. Whenever we see this, we must work out one bag. So let's quickly do short division straight away. Do it with me. You have 5 seconds. You can pause the video now to have a go, or you just watch. Nah, pause it. Don't be lazy. You have 5 seconds. Go. Pause now. Pause now. 8 into 3, 0, remainder 3. Next bit, how many 8's going to 36? It's 4. Remainder what? 4. Because 4 times 8 is 32. And then 32 minus, well, 36 minus 32 is 4. So let's put that. And how many 8's going to 48? 6. So what are we saying? Tony, One bag will cost 46p, and now really they're just asking for 5 bags. Good stuff. Classic question. I think it's the easiest question we've seen so far. Good. We're going from 1 bag to 5 bags, so that will be times by 5. Let's write it fully here. We're done. We are done, mate. 46, 5 bags times 5 here. 46p times 5 is equal to £2.30. 6 times 5 is 30, write it with me, and then here 4 times 5 is 20, and plus 3, 23, good. £2.30, good, and that is option A, good stuff. Okay, we're going to end the video now. So we have covered questions 6, 7, 8, 9. These maths questions are very long, so I'll just keep going with these videos, just keeping it short. Okay, as usual, I end the video with a dark screen, and then we got 2 videos. So the top left corner, that will be questions 1 to 5. If you haven't watched it and you want to see how I did it, that's in the top left corner. In the bottom left corner, it'll just be another useful 11 plus video if you want to keep learning, keep getting better on this channel. Thank you so much. I'll see you later.